Let's get it started in ha. Let's get it started in here. Hey, hey, yo, Cactus Wrestling. Oh, What an intro. Yeah.
Yeah,
Woo.
Cactus Wrestling theme song coming soon. The
Is
theaters
it?
everywhere.
Hey, we actually do have a theme song and it's actually pretty good.
It is pretty good.
It's pretty good. But we haven't released that to the
On that
masses yet.
unreleased cactus stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we also
Um,
have another theme song in the works as
Yeah, there's
well.
another one in the works, but you'll have to stay tuned for that one. Okay, it is your time for 2026, not 25. Way too early NCAA championship wrestling picks. We did this. This is a fun little series that we did last year where I think we did it April 1st of last year, and that was way too early. We gave it a couple weeks after this. It's been a month after
That's true.
NCAAs, so now the dust has settled a little bit, and I think the backlash, well, not backlash, but the issue with doing it that early last year was that a lot of guys weren't even the weight class that we had predicted them to
We're
be.
probably
So
still going to run into that.
yeah, but now at least a lot of transfers have come in too, so we have a little bit better picture, but it's still very way too early. So we're gonna go through weight by weight and have predictions for all 10 weight classes here, starting at the top with 125. Anyone wanna? I wonder who Mike L's gonna pick right here.
He's
Big
probably going to go with
surprise.
Tyson
Tyson.
Terrakina since he's now, at UNC.
Big surprise with me.
Tyson Derrick.
Obviously, I'm
Mark
going
Anthony McGowan.
Steve O'Poolen. I think he's going to bounce back for his last year.
Still set.
All-American finish this year. Yeah. So Luke Liddell, I've said it before.
It's like that SpongeBob scene with Patrick, and they
Yeah.
tell a bad joke. He's just like, "Boo."
No, I think Luke Liddell.
You don't think
Obviously,
Sheldon Seymour?
I don't, and I think Luke's going to beat him if they see each other this weekend at the U.S. Open.
Ooh.
Um,
Stay
I think
tuned for
that
U.S. Open
you know
preview.
Luke was a true
Rubber
freshman.
match.
What he did was pretty dang great. Obviously he took some losses like every true freshman takes. He didn't have the advantage of taking a redshirt season. Um, he beat some very tough competition, such as Matt Ramos twice. He beat Seymour once the season. The loss to Dean Peterson wasn't great, especially that Dean Peterson didn't become an All-American this year, but I think he's going to be doing big things at Iowa. I also think that Vincent Robinson's going up to 33, and I haven't really seen that confirmed. I've just kind of heard it.
Okay.
And if it's the case, it's
So
that's interesting.
assuming Vincent Robinson stays at
I
25.
still am going to go with Luke Liddell regardless.
Right.
I
So
am.
how do you think had Luke Littledahl beaten um, Sheldon Seymour, would you think he had been in the finals? You think he would have won the tournament?
Yes. Yes.
Ah,
I
interesting.
I don't know about
I am
that.
really high on him.
I
Obviously,
don't think he would have won the tournament had he beat Sheldon Seymour.
that's fine. I think that like again, we're seeing like my prediction is Luke Liddell is going to win U.S. Open. He's going to make it to Final X against Spencer Lee. He's going to lose to Spencer Lee, and then he's going to go to U20s and win another world title. I think that we are seeing like the way that he just
I remember you saying a few weeks ago, you were like, "Yo, why didn't he wrestle like this at NCAAs at
Yeah, well,
the
that's what I was about to say at the Pan Ams. I mean,
yeah
watching him
yeah
at
yeah Pan Am,
every
that
Pan
was
Am
it."
is just takedowns left and right. And I'm like, dude, like you have great offense. I know you have great offense because I've watched you in freestyle and I've watched you in folk style. Um, it just seemed like he was a little bit unsure of himself still at the collegiate level. And that kind of those kinks get worked out on a redshirt year. I think if he had that advantage, he would be in a much better spot. And he didn't. He used his true
He felt
freshman
more
year to keep on
comfortable on
beating.
the international stage than at the college stage.
It happens. It's folk style and freestyle. We're going to talk about it in this video. I can guarantee you there's a little bit of a difference. But I am very high on him. I think he's a very good prospect. I think that we saw that he took he lost a close match and he came back and won every other match in the tournament, including a big win over Ramos, who was favored for a lot of the season. Luke Liddell was the only person to beat him this year, and he beat him twice.
And do you think he would have beaten Troy Spratly?
I do.
Interesting.
Um,
Okay.
Yep.
We could sit here and talk about Luke Lillardale all day,
Yeah,
but
well, yeah, if we let Mike, the whole video
my
would just be
It'll
Luke
just be me
Belladall.
talking about him. I got other
Mike,
Penn State guys to
who's
talk
your
about.
pick for 125?
I thought, no, Eddie Ventresca was not a legit. I mean, I think he'll do well, but
Legit? What do you mean? He took fifth.
I didn't say legit. I said I don't think he'll pull off the title.
Mm.
I don't think Ventresca is going to get it done. Dean Peterson over at Iowa, I'm sure he'll have a great season, but I don't think he'll get it done. Spratley against Vincent Robinson looked like he just didn't have the right combination of things to be able to beat him. Assuming Vincent Robinson stays at 125, that's my pick. I
Wow.
picked him in one of our weights in our second way too early in like December to win it. And then I don't know how I managed to talk myself into Figs beating him, but I should have just stuck to my guns and stuck with Vincent Robinson. Um, so I'm gonna say at 125, I think he'll repeat. At 133, that gets dicey.
Wow. I have no idea. I flopped around a lot on this one. My first pick was Drake Ayala, then it went to Matt Ramos, and then I switched to Eddie Ventresca, I believe. I'm gonna go wild card
Even
pick Jory Volk,
Ooh,
Minnesota
eh,
transfer. I don't know. I think he's got big upset potential, which Mike loves, in a guy. He
yeah.
All-American for Wyoming in 2024, injury redshirted last year, and he'll be at Minnesota this year. And he's got 2 seasons left, so I don't know. I don't expect this to happen, but out of everyone, he's as good a pick as anyone else, I guess.
Hmm.
I want to throw a name out there just to kind of keep it on the radar. What do you guys think about Anthony Knox if he starts for Cornell
Well,
next year?
according to Cornell Kevin,
Yeah, he's gonna
he's
gray
going to
shirt.
be gray
Gray
shirting.
shirt. So
And even if he did start, I don't think he's a title contender.
okay, just
Sorry.
put it out there.
I
So
mean,
one
maybe, but I don't. If Meyer couldn't get it done as a freshman, I don't think Knox would.
133. So this one's very, very interesting weight class. You have Lucas Bird is back.
Yep.
Ryan Crookham allegedly will be
Swingly
back.
back.
Potentially Vincent Robinson bumping up. Zeth Romney, Drake Ayala, Braden Davis, maybe. Richie Figs at Okie State.
Possibly.
Could he see the magic?
Oh
Dean
yeah,
Peterson potentially. No. Two Iowa guys.
Evan Frost, Van D.
Anyone want to kick this one off?
I mean, I remember when I first heard about Bird coming back, I was just like, what? Um, I mean, Bird is definitely one of the top guys to consider. I feel like Crookham's also one of the top guys to consider. I feel like Ayala's probably going to find his way into the finals again, but probably won't get it done.
How dare you?
Um, I mean, Davino's very interesting, but
No,
I
he
don't.
did take Bird to tiebreaker.
Davino?
No, Ayala.
Oh,
I'm going Drake Ayala. I have to.
so
I've been saying his name for two
no,
years now. This is his year.
nah, I'm right now. I'm torn more between Bird and Crookham.
Uh, Going with the favorites, I see.
Well, I'm not intentional. Well, Bird was not the favorite when I picked him first to win the title last year.
You're a trendsetter. What can people say?
Ah, yes, trendsetter. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna stick with Bird.
Okay.
I'm in a tough spot here.
Because he doesn't know who the starter for Penn State will be.
Well, it's because, yeah, in a sense. I mean, I think Marcus Blaze can
Assuming,
win it. I
oh,
think, I think Marcus Blaze, if he goes 33, can win it.
Like, you do know that Penn State only had two champions last year, right? You
Yeah,
can't,
yeah,
just
but this is a
picking
big
10
class.
is just that's you're betting against yourself.
All right, you're talking about a kid that's, if we're talking just Marcus Blaze, that has already beaten Dayton Fix.
and
Who,
Dayton Fix has never won an NCAA
but if you
championship,
had to
and he
pick,
never
okay,
will.
if you had to pick
Yeah.
Lucas Bird versus Dayton Fix, right? Who would you pick?
I might pick
Well,
Lucas
one of
Bird because
them's a
he's an
national
NCAA
champ.
champion.
I'm
Yeah,
just saying, it's the weight class emptied out a lot. Let's agree on that.
it did. It did.
You're talking about a guy that's given Vito Arujau his toughest matches domestically. I mean, he went up 38, 45. I think he went up three weight classes and then still teched his way through Ohio State championship just to help his team out. I mean, this is a guy that is one of the best wrestlers, if not the best pound for pound in high school right now. I mean, I'd say he's right up there with, Bo Bassett, PJ Duke, Jax Forrest, and he's beaten Jax Forrest. I mean, he's a world team member, senior world team member, well, Olympic team member at 57 kilo, and world team member at 61 kilo for seniors. I mean, this isn't just some random, good incoming freshman. I mean, Marcus Blaze, we just saw how good his older brother did, and Marcus and him, from what I've seen, Marcus is the better of the two in when they actually wrestle, and that's several weight classes apart. Um,
As in the words of Austin Powers, what's your point, Vanessa?
I'm gonna have to be back in 2 seconds. Excuse me.
Okay. Well, we'll stay tuned for Mike Long's 133-pound pick.
I mean, spoiler, it's gonna be Marcus Blaze.
Yeah, we're Mike's gonna have
Um,
to play some catch up here. Let's go up to 141. Also an interesting weight class. Now I see what you're saying, Mike, with off screen where you were like, there's a lot of returning champions that just
it's
you don't
how do
think
you pick
they'll get.
against some of them?
Yeah, and I'm at this point right here with Jesse Mendez.
Yeah, I picked against Jesse Mendez last year several times, and
And Ohio State
every time.
sure as heck made it known. For those who didn't
Oh
see,
yeah,
Ohio State released a video on their Instagram, and they were like pretty much did this big infographic of like Jesse Mendez has fallen short, all this and that, and then they did little clip bits of Christian Piles flow, Boshamania, and then us. They put
and
us
that's
on
the
there just saying like, I'm gonna pick Andrew Alirez. Jesse Mendez won't get it done.
yeah. It was our 141 bracket prediction. You can hear us talking about it, and then like it shows the three of us. Yeah, so yeah, we got on there. We're honored, Ohio State.
Ayo.
You saw fit to include us in that, and
So I mean, I
sorry we
know
didn't back
they have
Mendez.
eyes on us now, so it's like, how can I possibly pick against him? I think it's going to be interesting if Ono decides to go 141. He
Oh,
could be a title threat. I don't think anyone else at Penn State, like if Braden Davis went up,
yeah,
or
no,
even
Britton Davis
Market Bliss. I,
can
I
be a
just
title
don't think
contender at
Marcus Blaze
33
at
or 41.
141 is a title threat as a
I mean, you
true
got Hardy
freshman.
coming back. I mean, Stanek was having a pretty good redshirt year, but I
Yeah,
don't.
but he got majored by Mendez.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But even so,
Stanage will be back.
Von Bauer's back.
Von Bear's back. Yeah.
Nasir Bailey at Iowa.
Yep.
Ryan
I
Jack.
I'm going Jesse Mendez. Three-peat it. Run it back.
I mean, the only guy that I would have like a strong confidence in picking over Mendez would be the guy that's beaten him, which is Brock Hardy. But at the same
So do
time,
it. Do it.
at
You
the
won't
same
do it.
time, Hardy didn't win the title when it came down to he won the Big Ten title, but
It was 12-9. I mean, it was a close match.
yeah, but he didn't get it done.
All right. Well,
But you know what? I'll take Hardy.
oh, he's going crazy, folks.
I'll take Hardy. You know what? I'll take Hardy because one, I won't copy your pick, and
Don't
and
let me influence you.
and two, it's nice to root for the underdog as well,
Yeah, I guess so.
even though you can consider literally anyone else besides the returning
It's
champion.
hard to call Brock Hardy an underdog when he was the one seed and he his only
Yeah,
loss
he had
was
traded matches against Mendez.
yeah, I mean, but to your point, like a two-time national champ against a zero time, so in that capacity, yes. Okay, 149. Um, so the returning champion
He's gone,
is gone.
but there is a champion still around.
Even though Shane Van Ness came off of a third place finish and his only losses really
Ridge
came
Love it.
to Rich Lovett. I mean, he did lose to Cannon Webster in Big Tens, and Cannon Webster's only a sophomore.
Yeah.
I don't have confidence that Shane Van Ness can put it together. I
I
I
feel
know
like
he's the top dog, but I mean, I
I
picked him
mean
last year. I'm going Caleb Henson.
I was all about Van Ness last year up until he got majored by Lovett. That's when I lost a lot of confidence that he was going to get the title done. Um, I Henson has been very, very consistent. So it's extremely difficult to pick against him. But I mean, yeah, you got Ty Waters is going to be back with
Yeah,
that.
but if Mike were here in this
Sucks.
moment, he would be like, "Yeah, but Shane Van Ness just tore him apart at the All-Star Classic."
Yes, yes, he
But
did.
he did take an
Finally.
injury red shirt.
Is Tegan Jameson
You know what's
going?
impressive about that? Yeah, I actually don't know. Taken Jameson could be up at
I mean, on
149.
WrestleStat, they have him listed at 49.
Yeah. And they have Cale Hughes at 41, I think.
Right, yeah, yeah.
You know what's
Uh,
interesting? Sammy Alvarez, All-American for Ryder. He took seventh place last year. Ty Waters teched Sammy Alvarez.
hmm. So had he been there, would
Yeah,
have
how do you
been
been?
a good season for.
I don't see anyone.
Well, Echemendia's back.
Yeah, he could be interesting, but I don't know. I just don't. I mean, even last year, like he lost to Jaden Abbas. He got pinned by Jaden Abbas.
Who?
He lost to Ekman.
Oh,
He lost to Parko. He lost to Lovett. Close matches, but
okay. Well, Lovett, the national champ, and Parco, a four-time All-American, are the guys that he lost to.
yeah. Some people are really high on Cam Catcherbone, freshman from Michigan.
Uh,
But he might be 57, so WrestleStat has him at 57.
is anyone high on EJ Parco?
EJ Parko for Stanford, right?
Cannon
Could
Webster's second season.
sophomore slump. Pearson Manville, freshman for Arizona State.
Ethan Styles,
I
fresh.
want to know, and if anyone's in the comments, because last year I picked Caleb Larkin. What happened to Caleb Larkin? He's registered for U.S. Open, is he not? I'm pretty sure he's registered
Um,
for U.S. Open. Why didn't he wrestle last year? Because if he actually wrestles, I mean, this guy is very, very dangerous.
I don't want to pick the same as you,
Uh,
but I
don't
do
let me
want.
influence you.
Well, I don't want to duplicate a pick. I mean, there is one weight where there's no question I'm going to be duplicating, but um, like I don't see anyone beating Henson, so that's why it's very difficult to choose against Henson. I feel like Echemendia is probably going to be a high All-American. Cannon Webster will probably All-American. Jordan Williams might finally get on the podium. Ethan Styles will probably do it again. Tegan Jameson might finally get it done. Lachlan McNeil, and he didn't have success since moving up, but I'm not. I I hate to be the guy going on. I mean, all these picks are like the top guy. Caleb Henson. I don't want to pick a repeat like someone else's pick, but I don't know
Yeah,
how
yeah. Heavy favorite in our opinion.
heavy
And
favorite.
if you haven't done so already, drop your comments down below. Let us know your way too early picks. Okay, I'll let you go first so that I'm not influenced for 157.
Ah,
Or
so
so that I am influenced.
so we know that Mike is going to be heavily considering Tyler Kasek or PJ Duke if PJ Duke is um
Yeah, because Tyler Kasek could register redshirt if he wanted to.
yeah, yeah, I mean, well, yeah. Or if PJ
Or
Duke.
if he gets busted on steroids.
Yeah, this is steroids is the thing. So we know Mike is going to be going that path. I honestly I don't think Tyler Kasek is going to get the title. He was the one seed this year, didn't get to the semis. I don't think he's going to put it together to get the title. Um, then you got to go think about, okay, you got Antrell Taylor, the returning champ. Do you think he repeats? No.
Wow,
Honestly,
disrespectful.
I don't think he's gonna win it again next year. Like 57 seems to be the most like not wide open, but like
25.
57 seems like there's not like a giant stand in the.
You have a returning champion.
Yeah, I know you got a returning champion. You got also, oh, you got Joey Blaze. Joey Blaze, he beat Kasak, but he lost to Trelly. I mean, he traded matches against Trelly because he beat him at Big Tens once, but I don't know that Joey Blaze gets it done.
Hmm.
But then you got to also consider Daniel Cardenas is back.
It's true. As
And
is Jackson Arrington, who's bumping up for NC State.
right, and so is Jackson Arrington. So like makes things a little interesting.
And remember, Jackson Arrington beats Caleb Henson the ACC finals 2 seasons ago.
Right. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. His freshman year. So Cardenas returning fourth place finisher from 2 seasons ago, made it to the semis, and then lost a third, fourth place match to Meyer. Honestly, I think I'm gonna pick Cardenas.
Daniel Cardenas.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Daniel Cardenas.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick. I was considering it, and I still am.
And I still am.
Well, you didn't talk about Peyton Keller, who's now at Oklahoma.
Yep. Because I don't think Peyton Keller's gonna win the title.
The contenders, Meyer Shapiro, was in a coma this past year, still managed to take fifth place.
Yep.
The year before, he took third place and lost both match. No, he avenged Cardenas. He avenged
Yeah,
him.
he the first time they wrestled was during the season and he lost to Cardenas. Then at NCAAs he lost to Cardenas, and then third, fourth he avenged it.
Yeah. This is tough.
Yeah,
Do I think there will be some NC State magic with Jackson Arrington? Could be. He's bumping up a weight. The weight is kind of open, I think. Um,
NC State could have two guys in the finals after you thought they were gonna have no All-Americans.
well, I was humbled.
Yeah.
And then Cody Chittum is going to be at Ohio State.
Cody Chittum ain't gonna be a title contender.
How dare you? He could turn things around.
He could, yeah.
And then Kasek, I just don't. Joey Blay, yeah, none of these guys, even Antrell, to your point, I don't. None of them are screaming like, yeah, he's the guy. Like he's gonna get it done.
Yeah,
Uh,
Trell, like, yeah, he got it done. He had a great tournament. I don't know that he could pull it off again next year. Like he's not like leaps and bounds ahead of everybody.
and Arrington lost to Kasek, um, not this past season, the year before in the blood round by 1 point. Close match. I I'm gonna go Jackson Arrington. I'm gonna make it interesting.
Whoa.
Hey,
Jack
don't ho ho me after you picked Vincent Robinson here.
Vincent Robinson, I picked a returning champ. You
Yeah,
picked,
but you picked him mid-season,
yeah.
right? So what's the difference?
Uh,
All it's gonna take is Jackson Arrington to knock off, I don't know, Meyer Shapiro week 1, and then everyone's gonna be like, oh, Jackson Arrington, blah, 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 blah.
yeah, that's okay.
He's
Yeah.
been hiding in plain sight
He's
this entire time. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Wait a second. I just I'm gonna disrespect Jackson Arrington right here because this is where Jack gets a little. I'm thinking ahead right here.
oh my gosh. You pick him, and then
See what I did there? Huh?
you think Caliendo's gonna go down in weight?
I don't know, but this is very early. The best thing for Iowa, I think, they have no 57 pounder. No one. I'm looking at their lineup right now. Who's their starter, projected starter? Miguel Estrada. He's actually pretty tough. Miguel Estrada is pretty tough. I think their best lineup would be Caliendo dropping down,
What
Kennedy
do you?
dropping down, Gabe Arnold dropping down, Angelo and Massima.
Oh, so if they had a Nebraska style,
Yes. And we saw what happened with Antrell, and I know you're going to say, well, Antrell wasn't a full size 65, and Caliendo very much is. That's my. But Lenny Pinto was a full size 84. He dropped down to 74. He
well,
didn't win a
I mean,
national
yeah, that's true.
championship,
Because, like, I
but
mean, the one thing with Caliendo though is like he's always been at 65. So, like, does he have 8 pounds that he could cut off?
he's
It's
a
not
big
in.
65 too.
Yeah, like that's not
But
insignificant.
this is his senior year, and like seventh, fourth, second, like how many times have you wrestled Messenbrink? Like, you're not going to beat him. I'm sorry. You're not going to beat him.
I mean, yeah.
You've lost to him. I mean, search, find and page, Messenbrink. Six times. You're 0 and 6. And it's
Yeah.
never really even been close.
Yeah, he's never actually been in position to beat him.
Yeah.
He's like been in a position where it's like this is gonna be a decision, but
I would understand maybe if it was well, and we have seen things like when Drew Foster beat Max Dean in the NCAA finals. He was like 2 and 6 against him career wise. We've seen
right.
Miles Martin against Bo Nickel, but at least they got over that hump. I just don't see Caliendo able to do it. And another second place to this guy, I why not drop down?
Honestly,
That weight's
if he was
open.
at 57, I think he would be the favorite.
Yeah, I
Like
do
I
too.
if he could get the weight down, I don't know that he could get the weight down.
Well, here's to trying. So
He's
yeah,
gonna see this video and get inspired and be like, "Oh yes, Jack,
that's
I
right.
will go."
That's right. How gnarly of a lineup would that be though if they did that?
Yeah, because what? Dean Peterson at 25, Ayala at 33,
Nasir Bailey, 41,
here
Jordan
and then
Williams,
Jordan, Caliendo,
Caliendo, Kennedy, Gabe
Kennedy,
Arnold's,
Gabe Arnold, Angelo,
Angelo
Massimo, and
Massima,
Peter.
and Skeeter.
That's probably 10 All-Americans.
That could be. I mean,
That
Miguel
could,
Estrada is really tough. I remember watching him
yeah,
this
okay,
year.
but he's not national runner-up tough, is he?
This weight class? I don't know. It's my pick, 57. Take it or leave it.
I mean,
Okay, 165.
if he's there, you got a great pick.
Well, that's why we do this,
65 is I feel like it's a race for second place.
Yes, I know, but we say this every time and we get humbled. Spencer Lee, Gable Steveson.
Yeah, no, I know we get humbled, but who's there that's going to be doing the humbling? Like
Anyone could lose. Anyone can lose.
anyone could lose, but like at least, you know, no, okay. Matt Ramos kind of did come out of nowhere with Spencer Lee. Wyatt had a phenomenal season. I mean,
No one was picking that.
I picked Wyatt.
Yeah, but beforehand,
I picked Wyatt,
over Gable?
kind of.
I know you picked him in the brackets, but did you
Yeah,
actually think it was going to happen?
I was very hopeful.
I mean, I get your point. I get your point.
I'm not confident in anyone in the field knocking off uh Mesenbrink. There's not a single guy that I like look at and go, maybe. I
Yeah.
mean, Caliendo could probably pull off another decision loss.
Yeah.
Uh I don't think Minto's gonna knock him off. Garvin's not gonna beat him. Mantanona's not gonna beat him.
You sold
Brignola,
me.
Scholes, Hippolito. Hippolito coming up, huh? Huh?
Is that confirmed?
I mean, WrestleStats got him at 65.
Mm.
Say Patrick Kennedy's down at 65.
No, he's not beating Messenberg.
No, I agree. Um, I my pick is Mitchell Messenbrink. There's no question in my mind. Like I don't have anyone that I would even consider picking to beat Messenbrink.
Yeah.
There's no Wyatt for me at this weight where like, oh, he could.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
That's just how it is. Okay, 174.
so I mean, this has got some interesting stuff going on, kind of.
Does it? This is kind of a weak weight class.
I mean, it's pretty interesting, you know. There's no one there besides Levi Haynes.
Well, Cam Steed apparently might be bumping up from 65.
Okay, I don't. Yeah, I mean, the WrestleStats got that, but Cam Steed had a good season.
All American.
I don't think he's gonna beat Levi Haynes.
No?
No,
Danny Wask, All American. Maddie Singleton, All American. Simon Ruiz, All American. Lenny Pinto now at Rutgers. If he's even at 74, we could see him bump up to 84.
Patrick
What
Kennedy.
about Alex Facundo?
Oh, Facundo ain't beating Levi
We didn't talk about the possibility of Facundo at 165.
or 57.
Or, or yeah, yeah.
Okay, it doesn't matter though.
He was
Facundo's
at
gonna beat.
57 against KSAC last year in the wrestle off.
I don't think Facundo is going to touch Mesenbrink or Haynes. Like,
What about D Lockett? Do you think he could beat Messenbrink? No, I don't. I know he took him
I
down.
don't.
He got that duck under in the freestyle match, but he got Tex.
Yeah, yeah, okay, he'll have the David Taylor coaching and like that under. As a freshman, I don't see it. Like, if it could happen, maybe as a sophomore, but right now, there's nothing to support that. So, yeah, no, my pick at 74 is Levi Haynes.
Mm.
I don't, I don't see anybody.
See, here's the thing with Levi Haynes. Like, he's not as dominant as some of the other Penn State guys. He
Yeah, but
kind of just wins.
he finds a way to win. He kind of Bo Bartlett's it, but like instead of stealing a second, you know, he can win the title.
He had a 55% bonus rate last year,
Well,
which is
and
not
but
great.
also he had uh Keegan O'Toole and Dean Hamity in his way. So both of those guys being gone, I don't see anybody.
Well, I
I don't
just
see
named a
anybody.
couple. Alex Facundo,
Yeah, no, Alex
Gabe
Facundo.
Arnold.
Gabe Arnold, get out of town.
No,
Gabe Arnold? Knock off Haynes?
no.
No way.
It's
What?
his natural weight class, though.
Okay. Maybe he'll make it so that Levi Haynes wins 4-1.
Hmm.
Like keeps it close, but doesn't actually pull
Nah.
it off.
Yeah, I'm with you though, Levi Haynes.
Like there's right now, there's nobody that I could see. Like maybe when we do it after the season started, like when I picked Vincent Robinson, like when I've seen someone compete a bit, maybe someone will materialize that, oh, hey, maybe this person, but as of right now, I don't see anybody.
Okay, fair enough. Now, 184. This one's a fun weight class. You've
This
got a legitimate like five different title contenders.
is I mean, you got Zack Ryder, you got Rocco Welsh, you got Max McAnally, you got Angelo Ferrari, Jackson Smith, Silas Allred,
You know what I don't like about McAnally though? He takes a lot of guys to overtime.
but he usually wins.
Usually.
He took didn't he take Carter to overtime?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he lost to Kaikas in overtime. And he beat Jackson Smith in overtime, and he beat Gabe Arnold in overtime, and he beat Jaden Bullock in overtime.
Bullock had a terrible season. I was really high on Bullock after not this past year, the year before. I thought he was an All-American this year, and then he really,
He didn't even qualify this year.
yeah, I know, he really, I don't know, fell apart. I don't know, maybe he was dealing with an injury or something. So I don't think Jackson Smith will win the title. I don't think Silas Allred will win the title. I think it's going to be between Ferrari, McAnally, Welsh, and maybe Ryder.
Mm. I don't think Ryder's in the mix.
Realistically, I think my top two would be Ferrari, McAnally.
Yeah, I
Just
agree with that.
just based off of you brought Kekheisen um and Strachey to overtime. For McAnally, and then Angelo brought um Carter. Like I, it, that's a tough. They're gonna
What
see.
about Gabe Arnold?
What about Gabe Arnold? What about Gabe Arnold? Gabe Arnold ain't even starting. Angelo Ferrari probably eats him alive in practice.
Ah,
Um, like I feel like Ferrari on McAnally is gonna be an overtime match.
yes, definitely.
Like
That's the problem with
honestly,
these guys. They're not like super offensive.
right? But they find a way to win. Which I mean, that's why Zach Ryder, I kind of consider in the mixes because especially with David Taylor, like I feel like it's going to really be developing that offense. Rocco Welsh has shown that he's not super offensive, so like he'll probably be in some overtime matches with Ferrari and McAnally too. So like it's like who do you pick? There, it seems at least on paper right now, it seems like all of them are like right there neck and neck with each other.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you're going with?
General manager Angelo Ferrari.
Wow. I wonder if you're going to put another Ferrari at 97. I'm going to go with Max McAnally.
Yeah, I mean that's a good pick as well.
Okay, 97.
Yes.
The
Well,
return of Rocky Elam at Iowa State.
that's gonna be interesting. I mean he's gonna have Younger to work out with, so that'll be great partner. That'll help both of them. But
Rocky Elam has never not All-Americans. Fifth, fourth, third, sixth.
fifth, fourth, third, sixth. So maybe he'll take second.
Yeah. He'll do the Jaden Ironman route.
Yeah. I I don't exactly see Elam as a title shot. Like, I mean, I know Mike probably's thinking Josh Barr. He made the finals,
Yeah, but we
but
never saw him against AJ.
we never saw him against AJ, and AJ had the closer match with Buchanan. And with AJ's style and how Barr did against Buchanan, top bottom, Barr was, I would argue, worse than Buchanan. Like he had a lot of trouble getting away and wasn't that great on top. AJ, I mean, everyone he wrestled, pretty much he was able to ride out or come close to it, and he was able to get away. So like, I feel like AJ against Barr, the matchup is really poor for Barr because AJ is really hard to take down, and I feel like AJ has the edge on top bottom. I know Mike
Hmm.
would probably
Hmm.
argue otherwise that Josh Barr just would get the takedown and then win because of the takedown, but. I mean, AJ's pretty savvy, and I mean now he's at
Well, is
UFC. He
he?
got
Yeah, but
Coach Hall.
is he even gonna be at 197? He could go heavyweight.
That is true.
The
He could,
heavyweight division.
yeah, the heavyweight division. Uh,
Although Nolan Neves is the heavyweight for UNC, so I don't think he was a
I,
national qualifier
I
last year.
feel like AJ loves the shtick of being the slickest, fastest, sweetest,
He
grooviest
loves it. He loves it.
197 in the land. So I feel like he's gonna stay at 97. And I mean, I If it was between Barr and Ferrari, I would pick Ferrari just because I think they match up. The matchup is poor for Barr
Okay.
because of the top bottom. I think AJ would beat him in top bottom, and then in neutral, I think AJ could just manage to not get taken down.
Mm-hmm.
In which case, that leaves Barr losing 2-0,
Okay.
or maybe 2-1. I mean, I'm very interested though in the two stud freshmen, Cody Merrill and Aiden Sinclair.
Yep. 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 I was gonna
Like,
ask
I
you
don't
about
know
them.
where Merrill's gonna fall into the mix. Like, could he be right there up there in the mix with those guys, or is he
He
gonna?
lost to Stephen Buchanan last year, 2-0. Didn't get taken down.
So like that's an argument that he is right there in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah,
Then you
no.
got Stephen Little, Joey Novak.
Plus, we do know that David Taylor knows how to churn out some national champs.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, have I picked anyone from Oklahoma State? No, I haven't. Mm. I mean, I don't think Aiden Sinclair will get it done.
You hate him,
I
and you
don't,
think he sucks,
I don't hate him
but he sucks.
against Danny Bronigal, or not Danny, Zach Bronigal.
The
Yeah.
dude wins a match 16-10, and yet he
At the
still
time
sucks.
when I said he sucked, he was losing 8-1.
And then he storms back and scores 15.
Yeah. Well, anyhow. So, I don't know if I'm ready to commit to Cody Merrill beating AJ and Barr.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I know AJ and Barr.
if it was like I said, if it was AJ or Barr, I'd pick AJ.
Well, you may not be ready, but your boy is. Let's go, Cody Merrill. Doing it,
Very good.
but
Because
it's 2 hours.
I feel like he could. He
He
definitely
definitely
could.
could.
Um,
Imagine that. He'd be a freshman from Oklahoma State, just like AJ was.
yeah,
Freshman
yeah.
champion.
Um, you know what? Screw it.
Oh,
Vroom vroom.
vroom vroom. Double Ferrari.
I know Mike loves that pick.
He's not flipping the birds anymore. He's what is it for UNC? The claws, right?
There, oh, the claws.
The claws. UNC Tar Heel. What is Tar Heel?
I don't know what a Tar Heel is.
He did, or it's oh, he's doing like cups or something. I don't know what it is. Forgive me. Okay, well we're at down to our last weight, 285, and yeah, this is really cleared out. I mean, we're getting
Yeah.
some names back. Younger, we talked about.
I mean, Trumbull's the highest returner.
Nathan Taylor will be back for Lehigh.
Are you as high on Trumbull as you were last year?
You know, he was my way too early pick at 97, believe it or not, last year.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna pick Trumbull.
What?
Sorry. But man, if I don't pick Trumbull, who is there? I mean, Take It
Picking
Alley of
Nick Nick
Michigan
Nick Feldman,
could be good. Feldman,
Nate Taylor,
Mirasola,
Nate Taylor,
Nate Taylor's back. Yeah.
Ben
Younger
Keeter,
Basia, Keeter, yeah.
Luke Luffman,
Luffman, Jimmy Mullen at Virginia Tech. He had terrible year.
Younger, the Grim.
Kaka's now at Rutgers.
Hey, the Grim Reaper.
I know the Green River. Yeah, he's probably the favorite,
Hey,
honestly.
Mike's favorite 197, finally wrestling at heavyweight, Braxton Amos.
You know, just for the speculation, I don't think it's gonna happen actually, but this is where I go. Vroom vroom, baby.
Oh my God.
If AJ goes heavyweight, I think he wins pretty easily. If he doesn't, then I'm probably going younger.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't think Ty Gatti?
Yeah, he could. He
He
definitely
just
could.
transferred to heavyweight U.
He did.
He's got all those guys there.
He does have a lot of guys there.
And he's a freshman according to WrestleStat. He just gained 4 more years of eligibility.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Redshirt freshman.
Um, yeah, this weight really is, I feel like, up for grabs. Um, if I think Younger and Gadiali or Gadali, um, are the top two in my mind. Younger and Gadali. Um,
Not Isaac Trumbull. You don't want to bookend with NC State?
no, I don't.
Mm.
Um, my only hiccup with Younger is something that Mike has said is that he has an All-American at heavyweight, but granted, yeah, he broke his hand, but okay, whatever. Guys have had injuries and still pulled it off. I mean, he did take seventh at 197, moved up to heavyweight, round of 12. I mean, it isn't unheard of to go from a round of 12 to champ because Dean Hamady did it last year or this past year. So there's a good argument for Younger, but I can't. I got to go with the history of heavyweight you and go with Tay
Wow.
Galley.
Well, they had what was the guy's name from them last year who transferred in?
Oh, Heinzelman. He had his like best season ever
Josh Heinzelman.
from Oklahoma. Like that was his
Did
best
he
season ever.
did he
He
All-American?
All-American for the first time, and
He really?
yeah, yeah,
Wow.
he All-American for the first time. Like he couldn't have been happier with the season. Like it was a huge, plus for him, I guess, because at Oklahoma he just couldn't get it done, couldn't get it done, and then this year he
Oh yeah,
took
seventh place. Yeah,
he beat Keeter.
he did. And Luffman.
Um,
Okay, well, hey, just in time. We were just
just
about to
in.
wrap up the video.
I
Well,
pride
we're gonna have
myself
to,
on this. So I can do this quick.
yeah,
Whoa,
rapid
whoa,
fire
whoa,
here.
whoa.
Rapid
No, no, no.
fire.
We don't. We want to take it in, soak it in, and
Do
scrutinize.
do you wanna do you wanna be influenced by our picks here?
I can see them. I'm going to go with Marcus Blaze at 133.
So wait, you don't think
Whoa.
Ono's gonna go 33,
I don't know. Um,
and you don't like the thought of Braden Davis being the 133?
no. Oh, well, if I think that if Ono goes 33, then Blaze obviously will redshirt.
Hmm.
Um, I don't see him going up to 41. Um, some people have talked about like Ono possibly going 41. I don't think it's in his best interest. Um, you know, obviously he has the big hurdle to get over of being a freestyle wrestler in now a folk style world. Yes, he's had incredible success internationally. Um, but I think the Ono at 133 is going to have a lot more success than the Ono at 141. Um, and I would say that if Ono goes 141, my pick is Jesse Mendez. Um, and I feel pretty good about Jesse Mendez at 41 in general. I think Ono could win the whole thing at 33.
But you don't think Brock Hardy will beat Mendez?
No, it's funny that like I picked Mendez a lot last year,
Yep.
and he started losing to Bo Bartlett, and then we got clipped by Ohio State. And I know you guys talked about it,
Yep.
and I'm like, dude, the one time I picked against him was the time that you're like, can you believe these haters? Like I picked for him 9 times out of 10, and
Yeah, and then you guys picked the
yeah,
Lires, and
And then he loses twice in a row to Bo
yeah.
Bartlett. We say, yeah, I think Bo's got it. And
Did
they're
I ever
like, can
pick
you
Lira?
believe these guys?
I don't think I ever picked Alirez. I think I picked Mendes.
no, when we did the bracket picks, you guys picked the Lires
Oh yeah,
to
yeah.
win the bracket.
No, that was funny. Oof, 149. I want to say Shane Van Ness, but Caleb Henson's proved me wrong. And they haven't matched up.
Yeah, that's
Um,
true.
but Shane Van Ness had a great job taking third. I thought
How
Caleb
to
Henson
take
could.
third.
I'm sorry, what?
He knows how to take
He
third.
does know how to take third. Um, I don't know. I mean, he'll be in the mix, especially with Ridge Lovett now
Oh,
graduated.
definitely will be in the mix, but
I don't know if I see enough of him to beat Henson.
That's the
Um,
thing. That's what I said. I said Henson has been too consistent.
yeah, he's looked really great, and he did beat Ridge when they wrestled earlier. So
Yeah.
it's he was 1-1 against him. Um, I still do believe that Virginia Tech isn't allowed to have a multiple time national champion. So maybe Henson won't win. But until then, in my way too early, I'll go with Caleb Henson. And be on the lookout. I might flip. I might make some switches. Um, I see Jack has Caliendo down at 57. I think we're going to talk about that in our Iowa preview because it makes the most sense for Iowa if he can make the weight.
Yeah, the big question is if he can get 8 pounds off.
Yeah, and I
Well,
just
I originally had Jackson Arrington until I remembered that this is a possibility.
true. Um,
Well, just imagine if Mesenbrink went 49, he could beat Henson.
what's funny is how 57 went because you had Kasak who only gave him a single takedown all year, and he beat Antrell Taylor twice this past season. Um, and then the big upset losing to Blaze. But then who does he beat in the wrestlebacks? He beats
Meyer.
Meyer Shapiro,
Yeah.
who again was what we figured was going to be the finals of 1 and 2.
I mean, a lot of us were picking Meyer to be a champ, so
I didn't, but
that
I
was
did.
big.
I
But
did. I could be straight up. I was like, I picked. I thought that Kasek was better. Um, what really throws me off with this one is PJ Duke, and I think PJ could be a four-timer, and I feel like I've said that before. He's so impressive. He's gonna go probably dominate U20s this year.
Do you
Um,
think PJ Duke beats Caliendo?
ooh,
it's tough because like PJ's beaten some really, really good guys on the freestyle side of things. Um, PJ is so good on his feet. I think it's another kind of mess and brink type problem for Caliendo, who PJ has incredible defense
that would be wild
and
if
possibly the best
Duke.
offense I've seen
Yeah,
right now.
that'd be pretty wild if Duke got the starting spot and made the finals and then beat Caliendo.
Oh, that
Yeah.
would be so bad.
That
Especially
being
with
said,
Caliendo coming down in weight, like
well, and that's what you always wonder, like, how do these guys like sure you made the cut, and that's awesome that you made the weight, but that's half the battle.
yeah.
And for some people, that's the easy part is just making weight. Now you gotta go wrestle. Um, my prediction: PJ Duke red shirts, Tyler Kasek starts, Tyler Kasek wins it all.
Uh really, you think Kasak's gonna win it all?
He looked great.
I
Yeah, that is an interesting point. He only gave it
He
one
looked
takedown.
so good up until he lost to Joey Blaze, and that
What
was
about the steroid allegation?
I
Was
did
that
call
was
that
that
match though.
granted towards him?
come on, we're just having fun out here.
I
True.
did call that Kasak was gonna lose the Blaze,
He
but
And
did
we'll
but
never forget
also
it. Thank you, Mike.
I I don't think Kasak's gonna win a title.
Of course not.
ever.
I think his ceiling is second.
Wow.
I don't think he's going to be able to put 5 matches together at the NCAA tournament, like where he wins 5 without losing.
What's going to be fun is the Black Knight Invitational this year because we'll see possibly Ono versus Blaze. You'll see PJ Duke versus Kasak. I mean, you have some big matches that are hopefully going to get sorted out.
You know, the
Yeah.
greatest tournament of the season is the Black Knight
Yeah,
Invitation.
it's the Penn State Wrestle Off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna go Kasek. I'm gonna go with Messenbrink. I feel like that's a pretty next topic one.
Yeah, I mean, what we were saying was like, there's not even a guy like Wyatt where you'd be like, I want to be able to root for this guy. I want to pick this guy. There's not even somebody there.
Especially if Caliendo's like, yeah, I'm going down to 57.
Yeah, especially if Caliendo's gone. Like, there's
Well,
literally,
Facundo maybe
yeah, Jack kept trying
Yeah,
to say,
potentially. I
or D
don't.
Lockett.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think that they're quite at the level of Messenbrink right now.
no, I don't think so either.
Um,
Yeah.
but we'll see. Right now, he's my pick. He looked great last year, and he was a Hodge finalist. So to think that he can't win a national title with less people in the bracket would be foolish of me. I'm gonna go with Levi Haynes. I see you guys did as well.
I mean, I don't see anybody being able to beat him.
What about Facundo?
If Dean Hamity was
He's
back,
beaten
I'd
him
pick Dean
before.
Hamity, but he's
Facundo's
gone.
beaten Levi before in freestyle.
No.
Eh, eh, I'm gonna go with I do agree with Jack. I like McAnally. Um, and Ferrari's an incredible wrestler. And
Wait,
if
wait, wait.
he wins the whole
You
thing, it wouldn't surprise me.
you picking McAnally?
I am.
Really?
Over
I think
Ryder and Welsh.
I don't think that. Yeah, I think that. So
So wait.
yes,
Obviously, I knew you weren't going to pick Rocco Welsh because you don't like that he's not offensive, etc.
true, true.
But you're picking against Zack Ryder.
What's tough with Zack Ryder is like I did watch his redshirt year, and you guys heard me talk about it. Well, he pinned an All-American, he pinned T.J. Stewart. Yes, but then you watch the match, you're like, oh, it was tied, and it was like a lucky pin.
Mm,
Um, I think Zack Ryder has a lot of success. He has a very high upside. I don't think he's quite there yet.
right.
Similar to like an Aiden Sinclair type wrestler,
Mm,
where Aiden is like, wow, like he's gonna be so good. Um, but he's just not quite there. Zach is young, so a lot of people forget that because he decided to forego his senior year, people forget that he's actually not, he's only 1 year removed from high school. He had a good redshirt year in a very competitive room. I think David Taylor is going to get a ton out of him, but Max McAnally took two really good guys into very deep waters, and
yeah.
then beat Dustin Plott. Um, and him and Dustin Plott lost to Angelo as well.
Which I mean, the funny thing is, if there wasn't like a COVID year, that means Parker and Carter wouldn't have been there, and McAnally would have won a title over Plot, the returning runner-up.
Yeah. Um, I think McAnally's got a very, very high upside. I think that he's going to figure out Angelo. So funny enough, I watched a video the other day of Wyatt versus AJ wrestling in a match against each other at the Folk Style National Championship when they were both 195.
Hmm.
And AJ did the exact same style that Angelo does, where he drops to a knee immediately and he's kind of scooting back. And then he loads up and he shoots in. Um, and so it's just a matter of time before guys say, like, oh, this is just how they wrestle. And guys will figure out how to work around that.
Yeah, but I mean, Ferrari took third
Yeah.
this
They
year.
lost to
His only
Buchanan.
loss was to
Yeah.
Buchanan,
I
and
didn't say
it's
he's a bad
obviously still
wrestler.
working.
Yeah, 100%. I didn't say he's a bad wrestler.
Right.
I'm just saying, people will figure out this thing and they'll say, okay, I have to avoid this, that, and the other thing to even the playing field because they have to try to steal a win from an AJ Ferrari type wrestler.
I don't
Max
know.
McAnally,
You can try and avoid a Jordan Burroughs double leg all you want. You know
but
what's coming.
so my point is though that Max McAnally isn't going to try to steal a win. He
Mm,
goes out there to win. He doesn't try to
Mhm.
sneak it out. I mean, he wrestled Carter to try to beat Carter. He wrestled Parker and he went after it, tried to beat Parker. He wrestled Dustin and he brought it to Dustin. He
Yeah.
doesn't wait around and be like, okay, I'm gonna counter shot or I'm gonna reattack here. Um, I just think very highly of him, and I think we have enough film on him with against top guys to say he is definitely a contender, and
But
I would say he's the favorite.
you haven't considered the fact that Angelo is now a general manager of Claw.
mm.
That is true. I didn't consider that.
So you got 2 weights left, Mike. 97
Um,
and heavyweight.
so Jack and I actually kind of agree on this one. I have Ferrari going heavyweight, so I'll tell you that I think Josh Barr is going to win it at 97. Um,
But if Ferrari's at 97,
I still think I'm going to go with Josh Barr for right now.
I did
Um,
say that. I said he was going to go Josh.
yeah, yeah.
Over Cody Merrow, over Aiden Sinclair?
Yes, definitely over Aiden Sinclair. Cody
Definitely.
Merrill is going to be interesting.
I
I
just
don't
don't
know.
think that I don't think Barr matches up well with AJ.
I well, I was going to say I don't think Merrill goes 97.
Well, he's listed on WrestleStat at
Where
97.
would he go? Heavyweight?
Yeah, his brother is already going to 85.
Well, they got Connor Doucette though.
I mean,
Doucette's really not that great, but
Who else
I
would go 97 for Oklahoma
I'm
State?
sure they could figure out somebody else. They're playing the Portal Wars right now at Iowa.
anyhow, I don't think I said this. I don't think
It's a tough matchup for sure. I hear you.
because like AJ, I think beats him in top and bottom,
I mean,
which is 2-0. And if Barr can't take him down, which
But Barr's
AJ,
taking down just about everybody.
okay, but if he can't take him down,
Mhm.
I think he's going to lose 2-0.
Sounds like a lot of if.
It- You're assuming if he's getting the takedown.
You're assuming that he rides him out.
Even if he doesn't ride him out, that's 2-1
Why would it be 2-1?
because he got a riding time.
You,
Buchanan rode him out. If Buchanan could ride him out, AJ could ride him out.
well, I guess we'll have to see, right? We have a whole another year to develop. This is his first year at 97.
And heavyweight.
AJ Ferrari.
Bam.
Well, look, again, you're talking about a guy that is so large that
He is very
he
large.
has made reference that he walks around at 240 with like 12% body fat. His cut to 97 must be grotesque.
Yeah.
So
And I just see that he's going to say like, wow, like it's a pretty open field. I am not getting by with, just my takedowns like I used to. I could definitely, I'm sure he could ride out heavyweights a lot easier than 97s because they'll fatigue faster
Hmm.
what if he's not at heavyweight?
than he doesn't win heavyweight.
Well, no, but who you
Oh,
liking?
you know who I think is gonna be pretty good this year? Gable Steveson. I think that I have, good faith in him.
Cable Stevenson coming back.
Yeah, he seems like a pretty young, scrappy young man.
Hey, according to WrestleStat, Tay is a freshman, so
Uh, I can see Tay Gatti. I don't think you know who I'm gonna go with though? Isaac Trumbull.
Wow, nice.
Jack's boy, huh?
Yeah, hey, he looked good, man. And
Yeah, fourth place. So who do you have winning Hodge? I'm going Messenbrink.
I think it's gonna be mess.
Let's see.
I don't know if anyone else is going to be undefeated.
Kill Henson might.
He's not really a bonus guy. Haynes
He-
might be.
if
But
Mendez could pull off being undefeated, that would be.
hey, but he's not really a big bonus guy either.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
mean, Messenbrink is like legitimately going to bonus
I think
everyone.
yeah, I think
Yeah,
Mesenbrink right now is the only guy that could be considered.
Yeah. So Mike has six Penn State champions.
I'm
Sick.
being I'm being honestly not as bad as I thought I was gonna be.
What? Six champions. He
There's
had two
no
last
way
year.
they're gonna have 6 champs.
Why do you say that every year, and then there's always like, oh, they have five. This year
They
they had
had
two, and
two.
they dropped the ball. They even admit that they lost. A lot of the one seeds went down, and they came back into
I think
third.
33 is a stretch, and I think
You think Blaze
57.
is a stretch?
Yeah, I mean with Bird Ayala
Bird
and
and Crookham?
Crookham,
If Bird was confident in his abilities, same thing with Ayala, they would be towing the line at the U.S. Open.
how dare you?
I'm
Freestyle.
just saying,
Lucas
Scared
Bird
Money
is too busy celebrating with
with
his
his giant girlfriend.
gigantically tall girlfriend.
All I'm
That
saying is, scared
only,
money don't make no money. And
yeah.
if you want to hide from a high schooler, then that's cool. Um, no, I'm joking a little bit about that. But I think you guys don't are underselling. Marcus Blaze is that dude.
No, I know, I know.
And that's not to take away from Lucas Bird, because he is incredible. I'm very happy that he won. I know that Eamon didn't pick him.
But here's the thing with Blaze though, he's a very tight scorer wrestler. Like it would be one thing if you're
But he
talking about
wins.
PJ Duke who just dominates everyone, but this guy, yeah, he wins, but it's very tight margins.
I mean, but you know who else does that is Carter Starachi.
Oh, you're comparing Marcus Blaze to Carter
I'm just
Starachi?
saying, he's a guy that wins close.
Marcus Blaze can only ever dream of being a five-time NCAA
It's not
champion.
even possible for him anymore, baby. Carter
Right.
took that with him when he left. Um, I guess we'll have to see. Like I said, this is going to be a really fun offseason. My prediction, Marcus Blaze wins the US Open, loses to Vito Rujao, wins the U20 spot, maybe takes home bronze depending on how Japan looks because he lost to Ono. So who knows how that's going to go. Wait, no, Ono's aged out. Never mind.
So there you have it. That's our way too early 2026 prediction championships drop your comments down below. Who do you think is going to win? We're
Is
11 months out. It's way
now
too early.
also what me and Jack both picked 2 Penn State champs. Mike picked 6. Who's gonna be closer to the actual number of champs?
It's going
2
to be
or
7.
6?
Yeah.
It's going to
Don't
be
be
7.
shy with
Shannon
your
Ness is going to win as well.
don't be shy with your comments towards Mike M about his Penn State hatred. I mean, these picks clearly show
You
bias.
only picked 2 champs.
I'm not
They
talking
both picked
about me
they
though. I'm
picked the
talking about
same too. That's
you.
the best part.
Yeah, the same too. Anyway, drop a comment down below and thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching. We are Cactus Wrestling, and we'll see you next time on our next video.